Today I'm going to show you why Inflow is the most used CRM by OnlyFans agencies and creators alike. So the first thing you got to notice here is there's all placeholder data here. This is just a demo environment. But before we kind of jump into the product, I want to kind of give you a bit of insight on the way we view Inflow from internally from a product perspective. So Inflow is really broken down to three main pillars. You have engagement features, and an engagement feature is anything that you can basically do on OnlyFans. We want to be able to make sure you can do that within Inflow. We have analytics features, which is basically any kind of reporting, any kind of insights we can give you about your accounts, about your employees, about your team that can kind of help you make better decisions. And then we have growth, and growth is really around automation, AI features, anything that's going to really help you boost your revenue, improve your margins, and just basically help you operate on your account much more efficiently. So to kick it off, I'll go right into the OF Manager. And the OF Managers, you'll see, for example, you have all the features, all the pages that exist on OnlyFans. But there's going to be, you'll notice there's one page here called Messages Pro. And what we've done at Info is we spent a lot of time interviewing creators and agencies to really understand what it was that, are what were the most important pages on OnlyFans and how can we actually improve them. Message Pro is a good example of just that. So what we did is we built a custom interface, which is basically our own version of the OF inbox. It still feels and looks very similar to OF, but you'll notice there's a lot of nice features here that will really help you kind of manage fans at scale. You can see things like the total earnings of the fan. You can see which fans are online and be able to message them. You can actually see your notifications directly in the inbox and actually reply to them immediately. You can create different tabs. So here's an example. For example, if I were to close out these tabs that were already open and click on Yarvin, well, I can click up here and just open up a tab for Yarvin. You can basically see, the total spend, when this fan subscribed, where they came from. You can give them a nickname. You can go into the PPV history here and see all the media that you've sent to Yarvin in the past. And you can even see a note section for the creator where you can kind of get a summary of everything. There's there's an emoji toolbar here that kind of makes it easier to, send different kinds of emojis. And you'll notice there's a scripts panel. There's some AI features that are in beta right now, but will soon probably make a debut on Inflow. But this is just about what's possible in terms of the Message Pro inbox. Going back now to the main window here, there's another area here, which is analytics. And analytics is kind of getting into that second part of what I mentioned around, what kind of insights can we give you to help you basically better manage your organization. So we have different kinds of reports. We can see all the creators that you manage in one interface. You can see the same for all your employees, and you can see all kinds of detailed metrics on, what is their activity across the accounts. You have a fan reports here where you can see trends and growth trends, and you can basically get a much clearer idea of what is the actual growth of your fans across your accounts, and kind of get some insights there. And a new feature we actually just launched is the message dashboard, and this is actually really powerful. The message dashboard actually gives you a full overview of every message that was sent to every fan in real time. So you can have someone on your team just sit here, look at it as like a mission control, and just look and analyze every message that's being sent to make sure that it's really on brand, that it fits what you're expecting in terms of quality and whatnot. In terms of growth, there's a lot of features here. Everything from automation, like for example, you can automate welcome messages, messages to fans when they're about to expire. You can automate messages to expired fans. The idea here is really we want to make it easier for you to basically send fans a message at the right moment. And I guess in this case, I'm just realizing that all my test accounts are on a paid profile, so this is why we can't actually see any information here. But the idea is that you can automate all these messages to fans when they expire, when they're nearing expiring. It just helps you try to build these retention strategies. For example, if a fan is about to expire, maybe you want to offer them a promo code to kind of resubscribe, and different things like that. You'll also notice there's a Vault Pro feature here, which is another feature we just released. And the idea of the Vault Pro is we want to give you the ability to bulk upload content into your Vault, which is not something that you can kind of do on OF natively. and it just gives you and tag this content so you can all start categorizing it better. And this way, when your fans come to your page, you can actually see the tags directly. Sorry, not when your fans, when your employees come to the vault, you can actually see all the tags here. So it just gives like a much cleaner way to manage the vault. And in the future, these tags are going to be used for a variety of different things, especially on the AI side. So it's definitely something we want to encourage you to use and make the most out of. In terms of other automations, you can automatically renew your promo links when they expire, which is something that, a lot of people do to create urgency to get fans to subscribe. And then there's, the basics, right? Which is basically adding creators here. You can create a hierarchy and group them together. You can link to accounts. So Inflow has a proxy network that we built ourselves, which we automatically assign proxies to creators for you. Each proxy is unique. So we really take a lot of care there. And we were actually the first CRM to really do this. And we spent months, and we have a huge infrastructure team of close to 40 engineers that collectively have that have built Inflow together. And our goal here is to always put security at the forefront. It's something that we don't compromise on. Every action that we're doing, we're always trying to make it look as human-like as possible. We just want to make sure that we really understand the risks here, and the fact that these are actual real creators, and their livelihood depends on these accounts. And so we take it very, very seriously. I'm actually very proud to say that since we've started, we've actually never had an account banned on Inflow due to anything that we've done. And so this is, I think our track record speaks for itself. We're powering, the most, I guess, probably the largest creators on OF are coming through Inflow. So yeah, I think the community, can validate a lot of what I'm saying, and it's coming from a good place. We just generally really appreciate and care for the people that are using our product. In terms of, employees here, you can create different types of employees. You can assign them to different groups. So you can create kind of like a hierarchy in your organization. And then based on this hierarchy, you can kind of create, buckets where, you might not want a team lead or a manager or even an employee, a writer to be able to see, accounts that are not assigned to them or that are outside of their group. And so this is where these role permissions really come into play. Sorry, not these role permissions, but this employee hierarchy really comes into play. And that kind of leads me into the settings where we'll go to the role settings. And this is taking that a step further, right? So you can actually create different types of roles, and you can pretty much customize and limit every single interaction, every feature that's inside Inflow, you can limit. So if you really want someone to just be able to, go into the OF manager and upload content, you can do so. If you want someone to just be able to, view your statistics for a particular creator, you can do that as well. So it's really, really powerful. And, we've seen some really interesting configurations that large agencies have done for, workforces of up to 500 people. So I definitely encourage you all to explore here and see what's possible. So this is kind of Inflow at a glance. We're actually working on a new version that's going to be coming out shortly, which we call Inflow V6. There's a lot that's going to be revamped and a lot of new things that are coming. So stay tuned, and we'll be very excited to unveil it shortly.